Awesome. So welcome again, everyone. I was just introducing Kim, who introduced me to this product, and she does an awesome job of doing a demo, answering questions, giving us a tour through the product. I've worked with frequencies for, gosh, since the 90s, so that kind of dates me, but hey, we are the age we are. And this is the only one I found that actually seems to stand up to do what it says it's going to do. And plus it's very easy to operate because you basically input the person's info. There's scans you can run, optimizations of those scans, and then you can go into another area of the program and actually do specific work on things like pain, I'm blanking, pain and dizziness, tinnitus, anything like that. It's got a listing, so you just kind of point, click, and it's running. So with that said, Kim, I'd like to pass it over to you if you want to go ahead and share your screen.
Okay, it's nice to meet all of you. I do know a couple of you on here, so I'm gonna share my screen. Hopefully I can find it. I don't know what's happening here. Can you guys see my screen or no?
Nope, just your lovely face.
Okay. How do I'm used to running the meetings. I don't know how to do it.
Oh, they should still have that green share button. It might be under more.
Yeah, but I'm trying to get back to my Zoom because I don't see myself.
We see you and hear you.
Yeah, but I can't get to my screen so that I can share my screen. So I don't know what's happening here. Let's see. Return to meeting. Let's see. Every time I return to my screen, then I can't get back on my AO scan.
I wonder if I can.
Okay.
There you go. Got it.
Can everybody see that? Okay. Okay.
Yay.
All right. Probably gonna kick me out. So there's many different scans, but I always like to start with the inner voice scan. I'm just gonna do myself because I don't care what people see of my stuff. So what I tell people before we do an inner voice is we just close our eyes and we calm our mind. Then once our eyes are closed still and our minds are calm, I'm going to think of something that is upsetting me. And then I open my eyes and I close my eyes again and I think of something that brings me joy. And then I click on this button here with the microphone and the heart. And I'm going to do a recording and I'm going to start with I am Kimberly Watkins, and then I'm just going to continue to talk for 10 more seconds. I am Kimberly Watkins. I am doing a sample scan for people so that they could see how this works, and I only need to talk for a total of 10 seconds. So what this is doing is it's taking a recording of my voice, and then it's going to pick up imbalances in my voice. So it's going to give me 4 notes that are out of balance, 3 that are going to be overrepresented, and 1 that is underrepresented. And these are connected to emotions. And the first 3 are going to be emotions that I will recognize in myself right away. And the 4th one could be something that I've buried a little bit deeper. So it's going to give me balancing harmonics. And then as I listen to those harmonics, the emotions that are out of balance will start to correct themselves. So my average frequency was 1644.433 hertz, and my pulse was sitting at 102.8. I didn't do a very good job of calming my mind. So my emotions, or my notes that are out of balance, are F sharp, C sharp, A, and G. So for F sharp, they gave me C. For C sharp, they gave me D. For A, they gave me D sharp. And for G, they gave me C sharp. And there's different, you can use the pulse tones, which is what it's on now, or I can go to the classic tones, and that will pick the music that it wants me to listen to. Or with the pulse tone, there is more flexibility and I can do more with it. So this is the up and down button that's going to give me the volume for the actual music, and this is the volume for the frequency. It doesn't sound quite as nice, and so I usually keep it lower. So I get to choose my beat. I always like, those are my angel numbers. And then I can choose whether I want to have a meditation or calming, or if I want supercharger, or you know, dream sleep, whatever it is I want to listen to, how I listen to my music. And then this is the frequency. So I like the sine wave the best personally. And then I can listen to this in a few different ways. I can click on each individual note and click 3, 5, or 10 minutes for each note. Or I can click on pulse cycle, and the pulse cycle will run all of the notes within 3 minutes. So if you're pressed for time, you can do that. And then each note also color represents color therapy glasses that you can wear, which just helps the effect of the scan. So if I was sending this to someone, once I hit the reports, I would just go to the envelope button at the top and send that away. So I'm going to explain the inner voice a little bit better. So as we talk or sing, we generate a series of musical notes and chords that emotionally express to the listener characteristics and attributes of our personality, many of which are deeply hidden in our subconscious mind. What we emotionally express through our voice has a profound effect on our personal and business relationships, and as a direct extension, our happiness and success. So we live our lives largely unaware of the vast amount of information we communicate daily with our voice. Actual words we speak are either empowered or nullified by the programming of our subconscious mind. So the link between music and emotions is well established. A motion picture soundtrack is designed to establish our emotional understanding of the film's message. Talented composers skillfully manipulate our emotional response to what we hear by triggering our automatic nervous system. Their artful manipulation can pull at our heartstrings, bring tears to our eyes, fill us with hope, or terrify us. Ignoring the impact of negative emotions and stress communicated by our voice can put our health into jeopardy. The AMA states that 80% of all health problems are stress-related, and the CDC has stated that 85% of all diseases appear to have an emotional element. So how the inner voice works is it uses sound harmonizing techniques which generate balancing audio frequencies derived from the voice spectrum accesses and weaknesses in the human voice. Stated plainly, the inner voice diminishes frequencies that are in excess and supplements frequencies that we lack. So it records your voice and analyzes 12 notes from 9 octaves, and it focuses on 3 high notes that are excessively out of balance or overrepresented, as well as the lowest note that is being suppressed. So every single note produces a series of tones called the overtone series, and the human ear tends to hear these subtle variations as essentially the same, but the inner voice technology is designed to accurately capture and analyze this data. So inner voice helps to harmonize your everyday life by improving concentration, creativity, mindfulness, emotional intelligence, stress management, and interpersonal relationships. So the color therapy portion is not necessary. It definitely does help strengthen the results. And let's face it, who doesn't like looking at the world with colored glasses? So my first emotion that is out of balance for me is angry versus acceptance of change. So I could be angry. I could have a tendency to anger over inconveniences or unmet expectations. I may cover up feelings of grief, loss, or betrayal with anger due to the inability to release those feelings in a healthy manner. Disappointments may manifest as self-sabotage and anger. Chronic worry, indecision, and dread may be associated with feelings threatened and angry. And once these emotions are balanced for me, I'll have more acceptance of change. Anger will send a positive message that change is needed. I'll recognize that changes can positively help correct issues, and acceptance prevents inappropriate anger from building up. Calm security is gained through releasing subconscious anger appropriately and increased willingness to face challenges and experience more harmony. So I would be wearing red, which supports power, determination, passion, desire, and metabolism. And emotions connected to this for me could be grief, anger, disappointment. I could need vitamin A. I could be having issues with maltase or protein metabolism. And potential causes could be toxicity to alcohol, but this could also be consumption of gut fermentation, parasites and mold, and imbalances and suggestions for my pancreas to maintain a healthy weight, limit alcohol to moderation, breathe cleaner air, avoid secondhand smoke. For my nervous system, consider acupuncture, consider taking vitamin B, take high quality adrenal support. And for my digestive system, increase trace minerals, eliminate food sensitivities, and use mid-meal hydrochloric acid. So I have 4 emotions that are connected to what's going on. And then with each one, it's going to tell me suggestions, potential causes, and emotions that are connected to those. And then glasses that I can wear as well. And then my lowest frequency emotion was fear versus confidence. Okay. So that's how, you can listen to those frequencies as often as you like. And they're very, 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 very helpful. And I'm going to show you the vitals. So the vitals has 2 separate portions. So the first one is going to go in, it's going to pick up things that are in balance and things that are out of balance in my body. And then once it's done that, I'm going to optimize. And once it's optimizing, what's happening there for me is 180 degrees of sine wave frequency is going into my body, and it's going to try and neutralize and as balance as many things as possible for me.
And while we're waiting for that to scan, what it's doing in the vitals is it's searching for nutritional imbalances. Was there some nervous system in there as well?
It's going to go through everything. It's going to show food sensitivities, full blood panel, any kind of parasitic things that are happening, heavy metals, your full blood panel. It'll tell you vitamins that I could be lacking. Yeah, it's going to show auras and all that kind of stuff, like your chakras, I should say, meridian points. And it works really, really well with the wand. If you have a wand, it's going to show you exactly what part of your body would benefit most from the wand, which could help your healing in that aspect as well. So now I click on classic reports. There are different, you can do enhanced reports. They're a little bit harder to understand, so I always do the classic view. So it's going to show here, the first is the food sensitivity. So the first scan that you see highlighted in gray was before I optimized. So that was the previous scan. And then I optimized and I got the current scan. So what we're looking for are double reds. If you see something that's green first and then it turns to red, all that means is that the energy was needed somewhere else in my body at that particular moment. So it borrowed it and it will come back. So it starts off with, you know, your dairy, and then it goes into fruit. So it's telling me I should avoid dates and honeydew melon. And pineapples and pomegranates and strawberries. So this really, I run my vital scan every morning and I look at what foods frequency-wise are going to affect my body in a negative way, and then I avoid those foods. So it's been very helpful in reducing bloating and all that kind of stuff. It goes into legumes and meat, seafood, nuts, seeds, spices, vegetables, miscellaneous. Then it goes into your blood lipids. So here it's saying my HDLP. Now sometimes, not always, if you click on it, it will tell us what that is, okay? So this says they represent actual numbers of good particles in the blood. So frequency-wise, that's off for me. Then it goes blood other, then it goes into your CBC, your omega-3s, your omega-6s, your fatty acids. Then it goes into the chakras. So everything balanced out there for me. But this is a good example of how the wand would help. If you see that your chakras are off balance, then you would just wand that area to help balance the frequency out. And then it gives you a description of what each one, what physical problem could be associated with that chakra. Then it goes into the meridians. So the same thing, say I had something off balance with my small intestine, it actually shows you with arrows what direction to go and where you can actually use the wand to best help your body function its best. So everything balanced out for me. So this, with your meridians, it gives you physical links, but it also gives you emotional links. Then it goes into your digestive function, your inflammation, oxidation, insulin resistance. And I am diabetic, so that is showing lots of things for me that make a lot of sense. Pancreas, nutritional, your amino acids, your digestive acids and enzymes, your macrominerals, your microminerals, genetic. So it tells you if you have the MTHFR gene mutation, goes into vitamins, coenzymes, physical, basic physical. So if your vagus nerve needed reset, it would tell you here in the vagal tone. Bones and muscle, bone growth index, bone mineral density and diseases, brain nerves. It also tells you here if I had, so it's telling me actually that I need to reset my vagus nerve because my cranial nerve 10 is showing off right now. And it goes into cardiovascular, collagen index, endocrine glands, eye health, hormones, mood, sleep and stress, your immune system, kidney function, liver and gallbladder, lung function, body reproductive function, and if you're male, that would change to male, obviously, skin index, thyroid function, then it goes into toxicities. It tells me what I'm allergic to. Those are all, you know, mostly trees. Then bacterial diseases. You've got fungus, human toxins, heavy metals, molds. Holy, I got a lot of molds going on today. Parasites. So average parasites for people to have double reds is on average is 5. And I can tell you without giving too much information, since I have started doing these scans with the frequency and the sound, I am expelling parasites like you would not believe. And we've got viruses. And that's it for that scan.
That's pretty comprehensive.
It's pretty comprehensive. So there is a body system scan. This scan is literally 27 pages long. It's not recommended to do until the system gets to know you. So usually 3 to 4 scans. It also gives your body a chance to get used to the frequencies, because obviously it's doing all your body systems. So you're going to be getting way more frequency into your body with this one. So this is the comprehensive one. So this is an intelligence scan. So I can choose either the inner voice, which is going to give me things that are going on in my body that are connected directly to emotion. I actually love doing this one because I know that I can work on my emotional well-being and I'll be able to fix things just by fixing that. Vitals combined, or I can do a custom scan. So I'll just do the inner voice just because I like that one. And again, I scan and then I optimize. And then again, I click on the reports. And there is 2 ways to look at this one. I like the table report. Again, I find it easier to understand. And the same thing, the first scan was the previous before I optimized, and then the current scan was once it was optimized. So what we're looking for are double reds. However, I will explain what the numbers mean. So 1, 2, and 3, when you see those, that means that you've got, it's been going on for a long time. It's chronic and could be causing low function in your body. 4, 5, and 6 are within the normal range, 5 being optimal. 7, 8, and 9 are acute with lots of inflammation. So anything that's red or yellow would be something I would look at. Anything that's green or blue, I don't concern myself with. So it will tell me the first scan, it was 23% from being ideal, and then it went down 1%. So the lower the number is what you're going for. So I'll try to find a double red. So this is, if there's a person in the left-hand corner, you can actually click on the word and you'll get a 3D image. So you know exactly where it is, so you can take your wand and wand away in that particular area. So that is showing exactly what's going on with my right knee. So that's how this one works. So it's interesting to know that my sore knee is connected to emotions that I'm storing in my body, causing my own issues that I can fix. So that's pretty cool. That's why I like this one, because sometimes you feel overwhelmed if you see a lot of things going on. You're like, whew, what's happening? And when I first started doing the scans, I was going over them with a fine tooth comb. I was paranoid. I was thinking I was dying. And I'm like, this is just showing me frequency wise what's happening in my body at that particular moment. And now I don't even do these ones. The ones that I do the most, I do the easy scan. So the easy scan is very cool because it's all 3 scans at once. But the best part about it is I have been able to put in my supplements and my therapies in there. You can scan your pet, you can scan spaces and objects. So with the easy scan, when I pull this up, I haven't done a midday, but what will happen is I would start it, I would do a voice recording, and then it would tell me what supplements that I need at that time. There's also a full, I'll show you here, if you click on the supplements, right here is the homeopathic library. So I can select all, and then when I'm doing my easy scan, it will tell me what homeopathic remedies that I need, which I can make myself by imprinting. You can imprint into water, essential oils, sugar pellets, jewelry, crystals, anything like that. And then you can take your supplements or wear your supplements or do whatever you wish. The Cephi is very, very, very cool.
I love Cephi.
Cephi's so, I use the playlists. I do the playlists so often. So you've got your quantum reach. So I can scan if I wanted to, but it will show me a whole bunch of just really good things. So if I want abundance, wealth, and success, I could choose that. And then I could do a number of different things. I can do a 2-minute broadcast and just listen to it. I don't have to have the sound on. I could just have it playing in the background. I can do a continuous broadcast. I often do this for people. I'll make up a custom playlist and I'll just run it all night for them. Or I can imprint into something. So say I want to imprint. First, what I would do is to take any kind of frequency out of whatever it was on a flat surface. So you would either use your phone or tablet. So you have your flat surface to imprint on. But first I would erase. So that's going to take, and you can see the fire going backwards, which is kind of cool. So it takes that frequency out.
So are you using the erase to clear whatever you're going to imprint in?
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. And then you literally just click the imprint and it imprints for you. And you can change this. Say you don't like that one, you can change it and it's going to make a liar out of me. It's going to be slow. So there's different pictures that you can look at. You can daze yourself right out. Then we've got the quantum frequency. So this is everything physical. And I think there's almost 400 different ailments. And I mean, everything from abdominal pain to AIDS, to autism, to blood clots, bladder inflammation. I mean, it is crazy what is in here. Drug addiction, edema, epilepsy, fainting, glaucoma, lots to do with your heart, your eyes, like the list just goes on and on and on and on. You've got, lupus, meningitis, memory loss, all those things. And again, you can listen to it or you can imprint it.
I use fascia quite a bit. I find that just with the way I walk,
yeah,
my body tends to twist. And by running fascia at night when I'm sleeping, I wake up in the morning and I just feel awesome. There's no, my neck's not stuck, my hips aren't stuck, everything's just happy.
Excellent. And then we have, so this is everything from addictions to the common cold, to compulsive behaviors, to migraines, mood support, perfect health, relationship enhancement, super memory. When I was studying, I was doing the perfect recall, and that worked amazing. Then we have our quantum flowers. So anyone who uses Bach flowers will really appreciate this, because you can make your own Bach flowers. So I'm scanning just to see what it says that I need. So overbearing, so it's saying that I expect too much of myself, which actually rings pretty true. But if I didn't like what this flower said, I could go in here and I could click one and see what comes up for me. And then I would pick the one that most suits me the best. This one you can only imprint. I have noticed I tried to imprint or tried to make Bach flowers with a little bit of vodka with the measurements they suggested, but I tell you, when it's just frequency and water, boy, can you taste the booze. So I just do it in water now, because I'm just like, blech. So that, and they work. If no one's used Bach flowers, they really, really work. Same thing with your chakras. If you needed to balance your chakras, you get to pick whichever one. And again, you can imprint or do the broadcast.
Say you're imprinting things into a glass of water. Is there a maximum number that you would suggest? Like, don't go.
I wouldn't personally do more than 5 or 6. I typically do about that many, but in water, the frequencies are not going to last as long as if you were to do them in a sugar pellet. So you would have to drink that whole dosage right away. Where if you were to do the imprinting into sugar pellets, that frequency is going to stay in there until your bottle's gone. Then we have our quantum homeopathics. So this is very cool. If you're someone that knows all your homeopathics, you would leave it on homeopathics, you would click on the arrow, and then you've got every homeopathic known to man, okay? If you don't know, you go by symptom. So you click on symptom, and then again, all these different ones you can go. So let's say I had Bell's palsy. It's picking all the homeopathics that I need. However, if I hit the scan, it may choose to put them in a different order for me of what is going to work best for my body, okay? So I don't have to imprint all of them. I don't have to listen to all of them. I can choose what I want to do, okay? Same with no-sodes. We can make our own no-sodes. We can make our own cell salts. I had no idea what any of these were, so I did research and typed everything out for what it would help with. And then I have a binder that I can just scan through and say, okay, this is what's happening. This is what I'm going to use. And then we have our homeoenergetics. So these are your detoxes. Some are supports, but there's lots and lots of detoxes. Everything from Epstein-Barr to herpes to insomnia, Lyme disease, mold and fungus detox, pesticides, all that kind of stuff. And it works so well. And then we have our Cepheid dots. So our Cepheid dots, but they're little dots that you can imprint as well, and then you stick them on your body and they last up to 72 hours. So I'll scan this. So it's saying allergy defense. So I would imprint the allergy defense into one of the Cepheid dots. And then I would obviously not put them on every spot on my body. I definitely am not walking out of the house with them all over my face. I would put one on my hand or on the back of my neck. And I usually only do one. You can do more, but so in here we have allergy defense, arthritis, cellular restore, everything from perfect body, which is weight loss, to sleep, youth eternal, mood, all those sorts of things. And you can shield yourself and clear as well. And then with the quick scan, if you click on this, this will just give you, if you do this scan, it will just give you your balancing harmonics and any kind of supplement or medication that it feels it's best for you that day. It will tell you that with the quick scan, but you can also do clearings and shields for energetic auras. And then we have our 3-minute supercharger, focus, relax, grounding, and neuro aerobic. So it's pretty cool. So that's the scan in a nutshell. Does anybody have any questions? I can't see hands, so. So if anyone has questions, just talk because I can't see you.
Okay, I do, Kim.
Okay.
So when you mention supplements,
Yeah.
do you go in and put your supplements in there that you're taking, or does it choose the supplements? I didn't understand that part.
Yes. So I put in all the supplements that I was taking. Okay. Then I also input the homeopathic library. So then when I do my scan, it bases itself on what frequency wise my body needs that day. So on average, I was taking 13 things a day, right? Vitamins, minerals, all that kind of stuff. It might now tell me that I need to take my thyroid medication twice a month. It might tell me that I only need to take my omegas once a week. So I'm saving tons of money on my supplements because I'm only taking what my body needs instead of taking, how much money do we all spend on our supplements thinking we need them all? And sometimes we're putting too much in our body that our body doesn't need. It doesn't resonate with us. 90% of the time when I do my scans, only homeopathic remedies are coming up for me. So I'm imprinting my homeopathic remedies and taking them. And I'll tell you, I have been fighting with severe fatigue for over 3 years. And I am now up at 6 a.m. and I'm not going to bed till 11 and I have energy and I'm not falling asleep on the couch at 6 p.m. So taking what my body needs has made all of the difference.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes more sense to me now.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else?
Yeah. So when you're making the, when you're imprinting the flower remedies and homeopathic and all that. So, well, flower remedies, let's start there. So
Yep.
If you're imprinting with alcohol, so the alcohol should hold
Yes.
onto that frequency longer than,
Correct.
like would it be equal to a sugar pill?
I would think
Wonder.
so, but I know that other people use food grade
Glycerin?
Thank you. Food grade glycerin. It doesn't
Okay.
have a taste because I really found when it tasted like I was having a shot of vodka, which was disgusting. So then I wasn't taking it.
Yeah,
So-
well, I find too that with the tincture, like I make tinctures regularly, and yeah, sometimes they're very strong. But you can dilute them with water, with just a little bit of water, and that makes it like my son can take them, but
Right.
he wants them with water.
Yeah,
just-
so I did 25% vodka and 75% water, and it's still.
Oh wow.
But I'm allergic to alcohol, so it wasn't really a good idea for me to do that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess another question I had too was from the other night, the colored glasses, the
Yes.
Erlen.
Yes.
So I would assume they come separately. You
They
would have to
do.
purchase
They
those separate-
do, and you do not have to purchase them through, so we each get our own store. And they are in our back office. I got mine from Amazon. They were half the price, but I will say they were actually gifted to me. I would have personally saved and got
Yeah.
the proper glasses. And the reason being, I get 2 more pairs, so I get 12 pairs instead of 10. And they are the exact colors that the scan tells you you need. So I'm often walking around with my glasses on because I can't see without them, and 2 other pair to make like if I need violet, there's no
Right.
violet, there's a deep purple and there's a light pink. So I'm wearing 3 glasses and they're sticking to the end of my nose and I'm like, I can't see. And so for that reason
That's funny.
alone, I would be like, yeah. So it's a bit of a pain in the arse if you don't get their specific glasses. But I do, it's my favorite time of the day. I mean, who doesn't want to look outside with rose-colored glasses? It just brightens your spirits, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, but it's not
Okay.
necessary. I mean, I didn't have mine right away. I think I got mine 2 months in, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so another question too.
Yes, I have a question. I have a question, but I lost. I cannot see you anymore.
Okay.
Okay.
How about I don't know if I can stop sharing the screen and then I can see everybody, but I'm not sure how to do that.
Okay, because I just see my picture, full picture. I don't see anymore your group. Anyway, my name is Simone. I was wondering if you have something for the skin scar, because I have some white scar on my belly, and I use Care, and it became worse. It got bigger, and I got a little red pimple, and I make a disaster with the Care. So I'm very deceived with that. I was wondering if in the program that you have something for the skin.
Sure, I know there's lots and lots and lots of stuff for skin. I mean, there hasn't been a condition that someone has that I haven't been able to go through and find what it is. To be specific, I mean, that would take us quite a few, quite a while to go through each one. But I don't know, Care, have you gotten any of the 3-day passes?
No, what's the 3-day pass?
Okay, well, you can buy 3-day passes that people can use, or if the company, there was something going on and the app wasn't working for me one day, and so I complained and they gave me 6 free passes. So if something goes wrong, they often gift us with stuff. So
Well, okay, because I don't know. I'm not very good in English. I don't understand everything what you're saying, but where could I get in contact with what you're saying? You said I have to call or to talk to somebody for that?
No, Care would be able to go through in more detail. If you tell her exactly what it is you're looking for, she should be able to go through each individual one to see what there would be for you.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
she could probably even do a playlist for you. Make up a specific playlist for you and play it for you overnight kind of thing. And then you could see.
What is a playlist for your machine?
So a playlist is every section of the CEPI you can go through and you can choose up to 15 different items to make your own playlist. So that can either be sound that you're listening to, or you can have the sound off, and it's the frequencies are going to get to you. And they'll get to you whether you have, like if I'm playing it here, I've often done playlists for my children who live provinces away when they're not feeling well, and they wake up in the morning and they're better because the frequency has gotten to them.
Okay, so in your program that you're having now, that you're presenting, you have something that will help the skin to renew and.
Yeah, there's quite a few skin items in there, Simone. I'll have time later today to take a look and see if I can, because I know what you're describing. You've talked to me about it before.
Yeah, because it got really worse, you know?
Yeah, I'll see if I can find something that could be correlated to that, and I'll get in touch with you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Hello, Kim. My
Hello,
name is Sylvia. May I ask you a question, please?
sure.
So what is it what homeopathic stuff are you taking for your thyroid condition?
For my thyroid, it just depends on what comes up. I've had a thyroid removal when I was very young. I just have a partial thyroid, and so I have thyroid replacement medication, which I've always been very poor with taking. I'm only take it a couple times a month, and my thyroid levels are always normal. But sometimes thyroid support will come up as a homeopathic, and then I don't know the names of all the homeopathics, obviously, because I go by symptom. So I just take what the scan tells me that I need that day.
And these homeopathics, you'd be able to buy them? Is it, you'd be able to purchase them?
So all homeopathics are frequency, right? So
Oh, a
you're
frequency,
getting-
okay. All
Yeah,
right.
so you're getting the homeopathic frequency, which is all that's left when you purchase homeopathic off a shelf in a supplement store. You're only getting the frequencies at that point, right? That's what's been imprinted in there. So you're saving tons and tons of money.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And we can get, I'll show you the bottles. They're very inexpensive, actually. You get 24 bottles. And then they come full of the pellets. They're nice glass container. And I imprinted a girl I know was sick yesterday. She asked me to make her up a bottle. I charged her 20 bucks. You know, she's got enough homeopathics in there for a good 3 weeks or so. So
Did you say those came with the?
I purchased those. You can purchase them in the back store. I think it was $60 and I get 24 bottles full. And then you can buy refills as well. It just depends if you are, you know, up until that point, I had not done homeopathics for anybody but myself.
Okay, and those are the pellets you're saying?
These are the sugar pellets that are inside. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and they actually come with little boxes as well that are EMF shield protected. So you put it in the little box and you ship it off, and then yeah.
Okay.
So there's lots of different ways to make money as well with the company. So you can do your own scans and charge. You can make your own homeopathics. You can imprint into jewelry. You could sell the jewelry. You can do what I'm doing and what CARE is doing and promoting the business aspect. And I mean, my commissions have been consistently more and more every month as people are growing their teams. And they pay you on a prepaid credit card. So then you have to worry about carrying around cash or having your money in the bank. It's just right in the card. And you get paid in American funds. So the program is 150 USD per month. But I like to tell people that you get 3 people to sign up under you and your membership's free. And it's not hard. When I first started, my goal was to cover my own healthcare for free. And so I was doing scans for people super cheap. I was doing them for 20 bucks. I was so booked. I was doing 4 or 5 a day. I was getting exhausted because I was doing so much talking. My throat was sore. But it was enough that I was selling packages. So if someone wanted 4, I'd be like, okay, you know, here's a deal. So I had mine covered within the first 2 weeks. And then pretty much everybody that I started doing regular scans for, they liked it so much, they all purchased the system.
Okay,
Yeah.
I have a question about the scans. Okay, so you have someone who wants probably the whole thing done. Let's just.
Yeah.
scenario.
Yeah.
And, okay, so they have the report and everything. So are there so many scans included in that with the program, or would you have to do them separately? Like say the person, like how long they can choose how many scans they want, or how does that work?
So it all depends on the person. Some people only want to do the inner voice.
Yeah,
So when
of course.
if I just do the inner voice scan, I charge $20 on average, but I work
Right.
with people. If they don't have the funds, I give a lot away.
Of course.
That's my way of tithing.
Yeah.
But if I do all 3 scans, I usually charge about $60. But I know people that are charging 100 or more, but I want it to be affordable for everyone. And so
Absolutely.
I don't charge, you know, a ton of money, because my goal is to help people.
Yeah, absolutely. So okay, so what I'm asking is, okay, so say with the inner voice, there's like I forget what it's, like it has a recording with it. Is that,
Yes.
okay,
Yes.
so now that, so do you give it to the person because
Yep.
it's tailored to them. So is that is that theirs forever, or they have to
Oh,
keep coming back for it?
No, that's theirs forever, but
Okay.
as your
But it
frequency
changed though,
changes,
of
you're
course.
gonna want to do, like I do my inner voice every single day, and my
Right.
frequencies will change. The color of glasses it's recommending for me
Right.
change, because as I heal my body, as the frequencies are going in there and healing my body, I need different things.
Okay, so you could probably suggest then that a client that, okay, so here's your recording, and maybe like check in and like, how are you doing after a week, or
Yeah.
you know, and then they can obviously decide from there what they want to do. But
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
and the system, there is no large data bank storing
okay.
everybody's information.
Oh, good, okay.
Yeah,
So
it
it
will,
just goes straight to them, and then you don't have to store anything.
so the inner voice, once it's sent, it's gone. We have no access to that
Okay,
as the people who have done the scans.
okay,
We can pull up on our own device the vitals and the comprehensive. If someone's like, oh, I lost my scan, or I accidentally deleted it, or it didn't come through, I can go back in and click report under that person, and that old scan for those will come up, but it's not stored in a big database. And it is not AI, just for those who want to know that.
Okay.
Question has been posed. It is not
Okay.
AI.
Okay, good to
yeah.
know.
Yes.
Let's see.
Or that's a question, if that's okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so Kim, is there a machine you purchase, or is this all electronic?
You can purchase a machine. I honestly do not recommend it. You only have to have the app. There is a lot of problems happening with the devices. And I'm privy to some stuff that I'm not allowed to share right now, but I will say that only one of the people that I have signed up has purchased the device. I've had 0 problems. I run it on my computer. I run it on my tablet. It's a web-based app. So you're paying for the app, you're typing in the app, and then you're just going from there.
Wow, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, so it's very, very portable. When this first came out, the machines were $35,000. They were only in doctors' offices. And so he really wanted to scale it so that it was affordable for the average consumer. And at first, he only came out with the inner voice. So the inner voice has been his baby. And then it's just changing and growing all the time. So it's pretty cool. And as far as companies go, they really, really treat people well. Night and day from another company, we all know. So,
Cool.
yeah. Yeah. Anyone else have questions?
Oh, just in your opinion, how okay, so they're going to send you the app and all of that stuff. So how easy is it to navigate? Are the instructions for use, are they pretty user friendly, or?
It is so easy. So with each
Okay.
scan, in the top right-hand corner, there's a question mark. You click on that question mark, they're giving you written details as well as a video on how to run that scan. They have lots of training in the back office. You get your basic training is free. They have training and videos all over YouTube. They do weekly meetings on Wednesdays, and that will tell, you know, people who have gotten commissions, like first place for sales. They give rewards to people. They're just a really excellent company, and you get paid 45% commissions with this company. So, but you don't have to sell. You can be a preferred customer and have the same access to the app. And you can still run your own scans and make your own homeopathics and do that portion. If you're not someone who wants to do the MLM portion of the business, it's not necessary. You don't have to do it. And another good thing, this is a question that I asked, you can pause or cancel at any time. So that's really good to know if, you know, 1 month your finances are super tight. You can just call and say, hey, I need to pause it, or what have you.
Oh, you can pause it too.
You can
Oh, wow.
pause,
Okay.
that's right. Yeah. So that's really helpful if you're, you know, say you're traveling somewhere and you know you're not going to be using it for a month. You just call them up and you pause it.
And they do answer the phone.
Yes.
I've called a couple of times.
You
The
get a
right person
real,
answers
yes.
the phone.
You get a real person and they answer right away, and they're super, super friendly.
Real person.
A real person. Yes.
That. Love it.
Yeah.
I found that I'm spending a lot of time supporting my daughter, friends, family. It's been quite interesting. A friend of mine was having short notice to move. She was moving from one US state to another, and she had 10 days to pack up an 8,000 square foot building with 3,000 square living area, and then the store and everything. And so I was running the energy one on her. From the moment I got up, which would be like, I don't know, 10, 11 her time, until like 6 or 7 my time at night, which would be like 9, 10 her time. And she got it done. She made it through. And she said several times that she knows exactly when I turned it on, exactly when I turned it off. And she was able to get the job done, which she knows she wouldn't have otherwise. So the energy works for sure.
Oh,
Now, could you run more than one at a time? Like more than one person scan at the same time?
I tried running 3 or 4 for her, but she's particularly sensitive. So
No, I mean different people.
no.
yes, yes, you can.
Yes. Oh,
Oh.
okay. I'll
So
shut up
what
now.
what you do, people are creating groups. So you would go into space or object, and you would type in weight loss group or whatever it is you want. You have to have each person listed in the description. So you would have to have a profile set up for them, and then you can run a continuous play. So I know there are people that are doing, say, weight loss groups. So they run the program for 3 weeks, for 2 hours at a time, and each person is listed in there. And so that's another way you could make money. You can do groups. There's playlists that someone's done for mosquitoes that really works. You run it when you're outside and they leave you alone. There's been some really, really, really cool things. Like I have a friend, I was talking to her, and she had had a migraine for 3 days. She was in bed. I said, why didn't you tell me? I said, I'm going to make a playlist up for you and I'm going to run it right now. So I turned it on at 9 in the morning, and she took note when she got out of bed. And I talked to her that night, and she said, Kim, I was out of bed at 9:40. So it
Amazing.
took 40 minutes. She had been in bed for 3 days with this migraine and could not function. And within 40 minutes, she was up and doing her regular day, and her headache did not come back.
Amazing.
So it's very cool.
Okay, so in that scenario, what you did with her, could you be like for someone, people who have acute symptoms, right? Could you run 2 scans like her and someone else, or just the one
So
in real time like that?
So in real time, if there was a while, but it stopped, they must have been on to me. I would be running a scan on my phone. I would be running a playlist on my tablet, and I would be running a playlist on my computer.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden, I'm like, why am I getting kicked out constantly? I'm having to be re-signing in. So I called them, and they're like, well, are you using it on something else? And I'm like, well, yeah, I do that every day. And they're like, well, that's why you're not supposed to be able to do that. They want you
One at a time.
Oh,
Okay,
one
or
at
a group.
per group. Yeah, unless I make it a group, right? If I knew 2
Okay.
people had the exact same thing going on, or your whole family had the flu,
Mhm.
you could do it. You could put in the house. You could take a picture of your house. And it's really cool because you can scan your pets too. And they actually have come out with a comprehensive for horses. So anybody that's a horse lover, you can do a whole, I mean, it is so cool and so it's really helping people figure out what's going on with their animals as well. So it's saving people on their vet bills. And you can imprint your dog's treats. You can do your balancing harmonics for the dog. My dog loves it.
Amazing. So you could do like a parasite detox with a group of people,
Absolutely, you could.
right? That would be
Absolutely.
amazing. Okay,
Yeah, absolutely, you could.
very cool.
Yeah. And I've had some pretty cool things happen for me too. So I am a wand user. The wand literally saved my life. I was dying last year. But I discovered something. Every time I tried to use the premium wand, the frequency was too much for me and my symptoms would come back. So I had a lot of neurological issues. And so my spasticity would come back, or my head bob would come back, or my speech issues or my walking issues would come back. But what I did before I discovered that it was the premium one doing it to me, is I made a playlist for my neurological issues. And I'm not kidding, when I put my earbuds in, within 3 minutes, all of my symptoms had halted. Where nothing else was working. I mean, I would be
Right.
sitting here like this, you know, and
Wow.
within 3 minutes, I stopped.
So then were you able to continue to use the premium wand?
No,
Like
I
once you,
I know for myself, it's happened to me 3 times. I've tried using it 3 separate times,
okay.
and the frequency is just too much for me.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. So then would you, for someone like you then, would you recommend either the classic or the pro?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, and it's all trial and error. Like it took me 3 times to I thought I was okay the 3rd time because I had been using it for a month and I thought I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
But then that's what happened. And as soon as I stopped using the premium and went back to my classic, I haven't had a symptom again.
Interesting. Very
Yeah.
interesting.
So it depends on the person, right? Some people are really, really sensitive to frequency and they have to go really slow. And that's the really good thing with Solex is it's very gentle.
Okay, very cool.
And when
Yeah.
you're imprinting, you can choose how much you imprint. So I often will re-imprint the same homeopathic 3 or 4 times because I want it to be a good strength. But if somebody was super sensitive and they wanted to start slow, you would just imprint once.
Yeah, okay.
Right? And then each time I imprint my sugar pellets, I always erase first because often the homeopathics are different every day. So I will erase what's in here and then I'll re-imprint whatever it's told me to. So I don't have to have 20 bottles. I can just have 1. Right?
Wow.
Yeah. And
Incredible.
You get a lot of little, I don't have any idea how many little pellets are in here, but there's a lot. I've been doing, one bottle's been at least 3 weeks and I don't even think I'm halfway full, and that's taking 6 pellets a day.
That's amazing. Because when you think you buy a little, you know, the ones that you get from the health food store or whatever, or get online, you know,
Yeah.
you say you get 90 or 100 in there. And, you know, if it's something that, like for allergies, for instance, that your whole family might be taking, so you go through those pretty quickly. So that is genius. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very
It's-
cool. Or something that, you know, you've only used a couple of times and it's sitting in the cupboard
Yes.
and you never use it again.
That's right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Exciting.
And you can even put your therapies in there. So I've got in my supplements, I've got my essential oils in there. I
Uh-huh.
have my terahertz wand in there. I don't always follow that. I still like to wand like 4 or 5 times a week. But if
Okay.
I looked at my scan, it's only telling me to wand probably once a week.
Okay. Herbal remedies.
Yeah. Yeah. With my
Uh,
supplements. You put it in there as therapies. And so it will tell you when you need what you need. So you're saving time, you're saving money on your supplements. Definitely you're saving money on going to the naturopath, because I mean, a food sensitivity test alone, you're spending $300 to $600.
mhm.
So
So I could probably like, you know, for a client, you know, along with the scan, and then, you know, a herbal remedy, I could imprint specific for them.
absolutely.
How great is that? Wow.
Yeah, it's going to change.
Angie, so
I
much.
mean, we've got a collapsing healthcare, and you know, you go,
Yeah.
and nothing is ever resolved.
Mhm.
I literally use allopathic medicine as a last resort, and you know, if I need a certain test so that I can see what I need to do to treat myself.
Mhm.
Right. So recently I had gallstones and enlarged organs. And within a week, because of the scan, I knew what I needed to take. And herbs. And within a week, I went and had an MRI. My organs were no longer enlarged, and I did not have 1 stone left.
Incredible.
So, you know, it gives you what you need so you can heal yourself.
Yeah.
It's a great
Yeah.
educational tool, right? I mean, we have to say we can't diagnose and we can't treat, blah, 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 blah. But everybody who
Yeah.
does any kind of natural medicine knows there's things we can't say.
Yeah, for sure. So it's just, upping the efficiency profoundly. Wow, it's incredible.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's, yeah, wow.
Hi, Barb. So, yeah.
Any other questions? Okay. Well, you can always contact me if you do have any questions. And if I don't have the answer, which I may not because I'm still learning, I have people I can go to get the answers from. So unless anyone else has anything to say, thank you very much, Kim, coming on.
I do have a question for Kari, but I'll just message you
Okay.
after. Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So thank you. Thank you, Kim. Thank you, everyone, for
welcome.
showing up. And as soon as the recording comes through, I'll pop it off to you just in case you want to review anything, and just let me know if you got questions. And I'm sure I'll be talking to all of you at some point.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.